Hey, you guys, it's me, and this is 5 and 5. Let's go. The 5 things to avoid in business. I've been doing businesses for a long time, and I didn't even know I was doing a business when I started in room 503 in my dorm room in college. I didn't notice because it wasn't until I started to trade goods, services for cash that I started to realize, well, wow, I didn't even go to fashion school, but I understand now why I'm going to school for business. This is because I needed to understand this whole model. But there's a lot of things that I learned the hard way. And I don't know, something about it I couldn't change. But I don't want you to do these. So I want you to avoid these little mishaps. So here we go. Let's get started. Number 1, knowledge is power. Stop being a know-it-all. Yes, we all have that. Sometimes we use it as a defense mechanism because we might not know something and we don't want people to think that we don't know what they're talking about or what the help that we need. Stop being a know-it-all. I was such a know-it-all in college, and it wasn't even about business because I was still learning business. It was more about the fashion design side because back then people were like, well, you didn't go to Parsons or you didn't go to FIT and do. No, I didn't go to fashion school. No, but I know how to sew. I know about sourcing. I know about production. That's how I used to be, right? But I was like, why? Let me learn about that side. So I got an amazing mentor in New York, and he really helped me dive into really understanding all those things that, everybody learned at FIT and Parsons. And although I didn't pay the hefty salary, the whatever it's called, the tuition for it, I was able to open my mind and say, you know what, knowledge is power. I need to stop thinking I know it all and really learn. So know it all is out the window. Knowledge is power is in the window. Number 2, the growth mindset is really, really important. If you have your business and you're only thinking about now and you're not thinking about next year, or you're not thinking about 5 years from now or 10 years from now, it can really hurt you instead of help you. So really have a growth mindset when you're trying to add new products and services. Instead of thinking, okay, this is going to be great because it's in and it's in fashion and no, is it going to still be hot and amazing 20 years from now? Really think about the growth and make sure that it reflects your business plan. Number 3, ask for help. Stop thinking that you don't want to ask for help or that you can't afford it or you don't have time or you don't know anybody. The resources are endless. So ask for help. You never know. The help that you ask, you will not only learn something, but guess what? A little wall comes down and you're able to welcome some newness in your business because you're being able to ask for that help. Number 4, do the opposite of what your industry is doing. If your industry is doing one thing, do the total opposite, especially with e-commerce. When you do your email marketing or when you do your opt-ins or whatever, find ways of how to attract your customer, not by what your industry is known for doing. A couple of years ago, ASOS was the first company to actually, on their product descriptions, they were the first company that would actually do video snippets of the models wearing the garments they were selling. It was huge. It impacted by over 70% of sales just by those videos. But guess what? No one else was doing it in the industry. So ASOS says, we're going to do it. So guess what? Now you can say to yourself, that's an example of something that the industry wasn't doing or is not doing. And what can you do? And the last one, number 5, go outside to learn. Go outside of your industry to learn. Have you checked out agriculture? Have you checked out technology? Have you checked out automobile? Have you checked out sports, entertainment? Go outside of the fashion industry or whatever creative industry you're in and try to learn something that they're doing to capture their audience and see if it will work for you. Remember, your customer likes several things, so you never know. You might meet in the hat, you might meet together. So that's it, 5 and 5, and I'll see you next week.